Waiting for us. Oh my goodness, my goodness. Hi everybody. I am the Bearded Wonder. How are ya? We are so glad you joined us tonight. We have so much going on. Let me tell you, it has been quite the experience over the last couple of days preparing and getting ready for dun 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 the move. So my wife has been crocheting like a maniac, and you will not find this on the Goin Batty store. This is the Beardo.
I don't know. That's what the boys are calling it.
Yeah. Beardo. So anyway, oh my word, Heather, that is awesome. There you go. You heard it first. Hi everybody. As we come on the air, I wanted to share with you some of the top 10 ways that we can be good neighbors. But I want to say hi to everybody first. There's so many people here.
Before
hi, Dawn.
anyone asks, I'm making Jack's beard because he's Captain Peach Fuzz right now.
Yeah,
he does not have one.
He's getting
so
one.
I haven't gotten to one, and all I've heard all day is, do I get a beard? Do I get a beard?
Hi, Dawn.
Yes,
hi, Discovery. Hi, Noah's Ark.
You said you look different from this morning's devotion, honey.
I do. I've blossomed. Crazy Jay, how are ya? Nana Inge, how are ya? Good to see you. Pam Walker, how are ya?
Terry.
Donna Terry, how are you? It's so good to see you. Number one, be my neighbor. We're not moving to Florida. Sorry, too many alligators.
Yes.
Anyway, the top 10 ways to be a good neighbor. Here we go. And Heather and I will comment on these, and you feel free to comment too on whether you agree with it or not. Number one is be welcoming. Get out there and meet your neighbors the moment you move in, because there's nothing more awkward than 6 months down the road, you see a neighbor you haven't met and you don't know quite how to strike up that conversation.
We've had that happen before.
We have had that happen before. We've had that happen many times. And we've had a neighbor we didn't like. We had a neighbor that would just...
Give our kids sharp objects.
Yeah, it was not good.
Yeah.
Coco Noel says, Kevin, you look like a teenager. Thank you. Because this is as close as it's ever going to get again. Number two is strike up a conversation. Ask them how they're doing and try to get to know them a little bit. That's important. For introverts, that can be hard. And Heather and I can sometimes be introverted, as they say. Hi, Marianne. Thanks for watching. This is my first time watching you guys. I just came from watching Living on a Dime. Now that is a great channel. Love watching the guys survive while Tara's away.
Tara and Ellie are away.
That's quite the amazing feat. Hi, Bandana Grandma. Hi, Lori. Awesome. Hi, Tracy. Everybody is coming in. Number three in how to be a good neighbor is don't be snoopy. If they invite you into their house, that doesn't mean look in their medicine cabinet to see what kind of infections they have. Don't go into every room of their house. Look around, make sure that there's nothing sharp, and see if, you know. You
got another first-timer here.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Hi, Jeannie. How are you? Thanks for checking us out. We're glad you're with us tonight. And Matchlin, good to see you. I think I pronounced that wrong, so I apologize. Nocturnal Monkeys is here.
You can take the hat off if your head is getting hot.
I'm sweating. It's really, really hot under here.
It's a very warm hat. It's for when it's cold out.
And it really does a good job of protecting your facial region right here and up here. And so I figured I'd start my losing weight with sweating it all out of my head. Number four, a way to be a good neighbor is be responsible. Don't ask to borrow a bunch of stuff from them and not give it back.
Don't let your dog poop in their yard.
Don't let your dog poop in their yard. That is a big no-no. Don't let your kids poop in their yard either.
No,
they get mad at
that's even
that.
grosser. That's nasty.
That's unfortunate. So, well, hey, have a good look, because I'm going to take it off soon or pass out. One or the other is going to happen. I'm not sure which.
Man, I'm having a hard time keeping up with the live chat. It's flying by.
Blitzing. So anyway, be responsible. Number 5 is, and this is not going to happen with us, although we might invite you over to a cookout. Throw a block party.
No, we're not extroverts.
We're probably not the ones that are going to throw the block party. Although we might watch out our window while one happens. I'm just saying.
It's awful people-y out there.
There's a lot of people. I mean, there's a lot of people, and you know,
we like people, but like large groups of people.
Well, yeah,
that's a little hard on me.
See, we're weird. And that's part of the problem.
It could be because you want to wear the hat everywhere.
Let me tell you, this thing is awesome. I feel so pretty in it. But we're not throwing a block party, but we've invited our neighbors over for certain things, cookouts and that kind of thing. Keep your yard tidy. Listen, they may not say anything about a neat, tidy yard, but they certainly will say something about 20 kid toys sitting out in the middle of the front lawn. Their bikes in your neighbor's driveway while they're trying to pull in. People are definitely going to say something. So make sure you try to be a good neighbor in that regard. Mow your neighbor's lawn if they are sick or going through a hard time. Now you have to be careful with this one because I like to mow my own lawn. And I like to have the kids do it a particular way. And so if a neighbor mows my lawn, or if I'm going to mow a neighbor's lawn, I'm going to talk to him first. I'm going to, make sure that it's okay, because some people are very protective of their lawns, and that's a great way for people to just not like you if you mow their lawn the wrong way. But if someone saw that Heather and I were gone and we were going through a hard time and one of our kids was in the hospital and I came home to a mowed lawn, I would still be very grateful. So don't hear what I'm not saying. I think that's a very nice thing,
Yes.
if we were needing that. Number 8 is don't ask for too many favors. Every time someone walks out of their house and they're trying to go to their car, you're asking if you can borrow something, or if you can park your car in somewhere, or whatever it is.
Donna Garland, I am making my son Jack a beard like this to go with his hat. So that's what I'm working on, because he is the one in our family that does not have a beard yet.
Yep,
so,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Number 9 is give your neighbors space. Give your neighbors space. So if they're headed to their car, or if they're up doing something, don't give them 1,000 questions. You know what I mean? Don't bombard them. Let them go to their car. Let them live their life, and that way, when they see you, they won't do one of these. Oh, geez, here he comes. I hope he doesn't ask me anything. That's important. Number 10, if you want to be a good neighbor, if you want good neighbors, start with being a good neighbor. So those are some 10 helpful tips for those of us who are getting ready to move.
Good neighbors.
We're going to be moving soon. I don't know if we mentioned that about 10,000 times or not, because, oh man, let me tell you, it has been busy. Before I take this off, I would just like to mention, really the reason that we asked Heather to crochet us some beards is November is coming up. Some of us can't grow beards the way others can. And, November is National Prostate Awareness Month. And everybody needs to grow their facial hair out to just bring people, together on that cause.
Bandana Grandma, I did. It is a free pattern, and I actually found it on YouTube. So I will try to remember to put, after the thing is over with, put it in the description box where I got the video that I watched this from, because I do better with the video if I can see what the person's doing. So yeah, and yes, Coco Noel put here, if you guys have a question for us, please put it in capital letters so we can see it, because we've got so many of them flying by us. We don't want to miss any of your comments or anything or questions that you have.
Noah's Ark, this is the perfect solution for you then. If you don't want facial hair, you can take this off and it just goes away.
I got buttons on it.
It comes off.
He can unbutton it if he
so
wants.
I don't have to wear it. There you go.
Yeah. And the boys, 2 of the boys, theirs actually have ear loops that they loop around their ears, and then they put their hat over it. It's to keep their face warm and not look like a bank robber.
There you go.
Yeah.
Also, I wanted to really be more like Brad Tolby.
This is true. Brad
has a magnificent beard.
Or Dutch. Dutch has a pretty awesome beard.
I'll tell you, those two guys can put any beard to shame. So this is the way that you and I can keep up. So anyway, there you go. That is the Bearded Wonder. Those are some of the thoughts. Now, please excuse me. I'm going to take this off before I pass out. Everyone's watching me.
We're watching you.
That's funny. All right, it's not hard to get off. You just kind of do this and then pull it off like that. And then
you're a little red.
I'm a lot hot, so I'm gonna let my head breathe.
Let's see. Can we buy it in your store? Not yet, because I don't have any there yet. But I will be working on them for the winter time. So, and I'll be doing different sizes too, like his size, which is a man's size, and then I have a smaller size for like boys that are like, you know, from about 10 to 15 or, you know, whatever.
Girls can wear them too.
Girls can wear them too. And then I'm actually want to do some really small ones for babies, because I saw one where the baby had it on and then they had the pacifier, and I'm like, that's hysterical. I love it.
And when it gets cold and you need to have your baby's face covered.
Yep.
Think about the Goin Batty beard.
Yeah.
There
so
you go.
I'll be making some of those here probably after we move. So
the Batty beard.
No.
I love it.
Yeah.
Awesome. So anyway, we've got a lot going on, and you know, when we start moving, by the way, that's only 2 days away. When we start moving, we are going to try to give you guys as much of our attention as we can, but you know, we got to focus on our family and get our family moved, because that's a big deal. Isn't it interesting? And we're going to start the show off for this. Isn't it interesting how when something big comes into your life, all chaos ensues? You know that big presentation, that big business trip, that wedding, that event that's coming, whatever it may be in your life, when you have something major coming up, everyone in your house seems like they've lost their mind. And chaos ensues. Well, we have definitely experienced that. Chaos has been our best friend over the last couple of days. As much as we've tried to not let it take over our life, there is a certain amount of craziness that ensues right before you move. I don't know if you guys are talking about this on the live stream, but when was the last time you moved, and what was it like right before? I'm telling you, it's been a little loopy for us, but Heather tonight, here in a minute, is going to share something, and then we have a surprise tonight. I'm very excited about it. Okay, while she's not listening. Hey, listen real quick. On September 1st, it's Heather's birthday. But anyway, we're back. There is...
I can hear you.
Oh, sorry. I wasn't saying anything. Yeah, so anyway... We have a surprise tonight, and
we have a couple of questions here.
Okay.
It says, do you have time off work to move, or are you working too? We're going to be moving on. Well, she's in England, so here in the States, we have a holiday called Labor Day, and it falls around the first week of the weekend of September, and so he's going to have a 3-day weekend. So we'll have like Saturday, Sunday, and Monday Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday in order to move. Yep. So he'll be taking that time off, and if we have to do other stuff the next weekend, we can do that.
Got a little extra time. I've got a personal day I can take.
Yeah.
But we have done this before, and typically when it's nearby. Hey, there's someone from Kettering. That's wonderful.
She's been on here before.
Excellent.
So somebody was asking where we're moving to. We are moving outside of Dayton, Ohio.
We're going to keep that kind of, on the down low, because just for, safety purposes of the YouTube channel. But,
are you drafting kids from your church to help you move?
Well,
we've had a couple volunteer, but we're not like, hey, youth event at the back end, because here's the thing. He does senior high ministry too, and this doesn't happen so much with middle school, but you don't want your senior hires to know where you live, because they will toilet paper your house. So
it's not pretty.
We're not telling them where we live.
Prissy Green says the last time they moved, their house burnt down.
Oh, geez.
That's unfortunate.
Brad Talby's here.
Hey, Brad.
He missed the beard.
Oh man. Well, here, just for Brad. Give me just a minute. I'll be right back. Heather, talk about something.
Okay. Well,
someone asked where we were moving.
I outside of Dayton. Yeah. So we're there. But yeah, we're not letting the senior high kids know where we're moving to because like I said, we don't want them to toilet paper our house.
He's seen it on Facebook.
He saw it. Okay. So there you go.
I am sweating so badly right now.
Thank you for all the happy birthday wishes.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. This is yeah. All right. Anyway, we already covered that. Anyway, we want we probably need a few extra hands. If
yes, I did make the hat beard for him. So.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, she did a good job. He's just jealous.
You won the beard competition at the meetup.
Yeah. It's gonna be Heather's birthday, September 1.
Which is
the
tomorrow.
Same day. No, not tomorrow.
Oh.
Tomorrow's Thursday. Yours is Friday.
Friday.
It's the same day we're gonna get our house back.
Woohoo!
So it's a good deal. But we were talking about the chaos that ensues right before you move.
Yeah.
And it's been some good chaos, some bad, and it has been a wonderful. It's been a wonderful time just because there's new things, there's new exciting things that we get to be a part of and get to do.
Well, and the thing is like when I get stressed about things like that, because I'm looking at, okay, where does everything need to go, and what, and then like my crazy all hangs out, and then Kevin's like, is it safe to come in the house? But I have ways of coping with that. I crochet a lot. I make little diagrams of the house and where everything's supposed to go and stuff like that. So, yeah.
Well, we talked about that. Is it Brad's birthday too?
It's Brad Talby's birthday today.
Today is Brad Talby's birthday, of course. Happy birthday. Should I do it?
To you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Brad and Heather and anybody else that's got a birthday in September or August, for that matter. Happy birthday to you and many more. At least you're not on the floor.
Okay. Good.
I'm done. All right.
Thank
sorry.
you.
Anyway, so we talked about it last week. I love the adventure of new things. I love the freestyle of planning and putting things together. My wife does not. And so I have to be very careful what I freestyle
It's funny because I found out something today.
Oh boy.
Our daughter is just like me because
Really?
Kevin asked for her to get her sewing area and everything all put together and stuff, and she sat down in her chair and she just looked at it, and I said, you are overwhelmed by what you have to do, aren't you? And she's like, yes. And I'm like, I feel you, sister. So, yeah.
I am not overwhelmed. This is a mountain I have to climb. This is a animal I have to hunt and kill. This is the bacon I have to bring home. I will conquer this. I can't wait. I'm so excited. This is a great challenge. We're going to get that storage bin completely empty. We've got a U-Haul rented.
That makes me happy because we don't have to pay for it anymore because
There
I'm
you
like
go.
super cheap. I don't want to be like throwing money away. That
No more flushing that down the toilet.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Who knows says, I'm on my way to church. Been a hectic day for me. Just wanted to stop by and say hi. Well, hi, and thanks for stopping by. We're glad to see you. Every big
Hi,
job
Amy.
is
It's
just
okay
a
that
whole
you're
little
late.
job put together. Yeah, and so when did you want to show them the plan?
Okay, so
Because this
like I
is
said,
this is kind of important.
this is how I deal with my crazy when things, because I need to know. I'm a visual person and I need to have things in the right place. So this is our living room. And this is all put on like, okay, so one of my favorite
It
things.
is not to scale.
Yeah, one of my favorite things this week is like sticky tack, like the poster tack stuff, because you can like move it and replace it and do whatever you need with it. But I put everything, all of our furniture where it's supposed to be. And this is our living room. So, and then, I gotta turn it right side up. this is our kitchen. So I've put our kitchen all together. And then there's...
Amy says, I've still got boxes and we moved 8 years ago.
Here's our bedroom. So I need to make sure everything fit where it's supposed to. And then since, you know, I couldn't be crazy alone, I had to spread it to my children. So here's theirs. That's Max's room. And then here's Jack's and Miles's room. So we've got, and I told them you can move them around and do whatever you want with them and figure out where they need to go and stuff like that. So that's how I've dealt with that a little bit. So what are you laughing at?
Nothing. I'm living the dream because, fellas, be with me here. Happy wife, happy life. I just want Heather to feel...
Hey, Leah and Michelle.
How are you? I want Heather to feel at home.
Yes.
And if I go Harry-Carry and just start putting furniture anywhere, that's not going to honor her. But we can't get stuck. We have a timeline. We have only a few days that we're going to have this truck, and we have a lot of heavy things to move. And so we have to be careful.
He asked me, he goes, well, what happens if, like, say in the, where is it? In the living room, if it doesn't fit the way that your plan has it? I'm like, shush, do not say that. You're not allowed to say it won't fit like this because I have a plan. This is my plan. It needs to fit like this. So
I'm going to share with you one of the #1 phrases. And then I'll share you the second one. One of the #1 phrases that I have said in our marriage that has Google SketchUp. We need to write that down.
Okay.
Write that down. That has created so much tension between us that we haven't spoken for 24 hours. Heather goes, what are we going to do? And my answer is, we'll figure it out.
That makes me mad. I hate that. I hate that. We'll just figure it out. No, we can't just, we have to have a plan.
We will figure out the plan. It is a problem that I have taken, and if you've watched our live stream at all, I have put it on the shelf right behind me. And that problem will stay on the shelf. As you know, with men, we have a way to compartmentalize and put things, out of sight, out of mind. Some are waffles, some are spaghetti, right? Well, I have a shelf. Whenever I need to put something behind that I can't control, I just put it on the shelf. Heather is a woman. She has windows open, like a computer. And so those windows stay open until they're closed, until it's a done deal. So the worst thing that I could say to her is...
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, don't say that.
No. That just, no.
I don't know what else to say to her because I don't know the answer
He
to
needs
it.
to find a different phrase because that makes me want to
I'm gonna start going, well, what do you think,
choke
dear?
him in the love of Jesus. So,
She holds my hand to keep from beating me with it, folks.
but
anyway, yeah, that's kind of the fun of having two different personalities moving the entire family. I see some folks have questions.
Hold on. It says, Heather, write down this A Tale of Two Brains by Mark Gunner.
A Tale of Two Brains. Okay. Well, we definitely have two of those. So yeah, the job of moving, we have kind of already decided what some of our roles are going to be, and no one likes moving. I mean, you guys have seen many friends move. You yourselves have moved. We watched Big Family Homestead move recently, and moving into a new house or a different house or a new atmosphere is always it's Gunger. Mark Gunger.
I'm sorry.
That's right. Is always difficult if the two people moving have not had a conversation ahead of time about what the move is going to be like. So we have a plan to help us along the way. So when we get frustrated with each other, instead of finding the nearest baseball bat and Heather whacking me with it or chasing me around the yard with a knife or something, we can lean on each other and lean on those roles. So what we've decided is Heather's going to be in the house showing people where everything goes.
Yep.
What room, where, and if she doesn't know.
And we kidnapped my younger brother, so he's going to be helping us.
He will be helping us, that's
Yes.
right. Now, here's the thing. Something will come in that is not in Heather's plan. And she will stop, and the whole line will be paused. My job is to be out at the truck getting the kids moving things out. Get these things into the house. Keep going. Don't be afraid of it. Don't let it fall on your head. Don't break it, that kind of thing. Now, we're going to experience a backup when Heather doesn't know where to put anything, and that's my job to come in and not say...
We'll figure it out.
Exactly. So
I forgot what I'm like. Wait, what are we talking about?
Yeah, she's reading the chat, and I put her on the spot.
We have stuff in storage. We're not. Somebody, who was it? Carlene asked. We're not starting new. We already have stuff, so we're not just starting over again. We're pulling stuff out of a storage unit. So yeah.
Yes, dear has gotten me out of so much trouble, and it's gotten me into a ton more. So, yes, and that's great advice, Brad Talby. Have one location to put stuff like that to keep the flow going.
Yeah.
We must get everything into the house, because once we're done at the storage bin, we have to come back here and get all the big stuff that we have.
Yep.
I have my tractor. We have washer and dryer.
Yep.
We have a ton of stuff. And so we have quite the deed ahead of us.
Yeah.
Okay. It'll, you know what? It's going to be great. It's going to be exhausting, but there is something to be said for being prepared to move. And so there's a small little checklist that I've had to go through so that when we get to the point of getting there, we will pause and we will pause and we will be able to move in smoothly. So here's what I mean. Ahead of time, there's been a checklist of things that I've had to accomplish. One is rent the van. If you don't have a van and you don't have your budget figured out, it's not going to happen. Mm-hmm. The other thing is you've got to call the city you're moving to and set up your electric. And if the city is weird, like the city we're moving to, you're going to have to pay a deposit to have your electricity turned on. Now, we plan on living a self-reliant, self-sufficient lifestyle in this new home, but it will take time to build that. So, in the meantime, we're going to have to rely on the grid, and you know how that can be. So, what we are doing is we're getting connected so we have all of the important things. We also called early and got our water ready to switch over from the former tenant to us. Now, one of the weird things about our city, maybe it's not so weird, is they combined water and sewage with the trash bill. So you pay your water and your trash every 3 months.
Yeah.
And it's actually pretty low. Water is not expensive. Mm-hmm. It can be, but it hasn't been. The other thing that you got to think about when you're moving, and this is on the checklist of things to think about, is insurance. Do you have insurance for the moving van if it wrecks and all of your stuff flies all over the highway? Guess what? You've lost a major amount of stuff. Also, do you have insurance for the new house you're moving into? Here's what happens when you call the insurance agent to switch your insurance over. They go, well, you know you can get a cheaper rate if you also add your vehicles. Ugh, gosh. So that added 24 hours to my life I'll never get back, which is being on the phone with the insurance agent going, I don't know if I want comprehensive. I don't know how much I want as payable off life. And you get into this whole insurance conversation that really, quite frankly, is mind-numbing to the nth degree. Yeah. So
I let him deal with that stuff because I'm like,
yeah.
So.
You know, it is a problem-solving scenario because as you go into it, you don't really know what they're going to say. So we got insurance for the house. We switched our insurance from our cars over to our house because it's a cheaper price. And I like the insurance guy. He's nice to me.
Bernice, we're looking at doing it over 3 days because we're moving about 40 minutes from where we are now, so we can go back and forth and get stuff. And if we have to, some of the stuff that we're at now, we can move later. So we can do it like a weekend after that. So I mean, that's what we're trying to do. But I've had to deal with us homeschooling. I have sent in all of my stuff for the school. I sent our intent to homeschool form, our curriculum overview form, and my portfolio review that was done. All of that is what is required in the state of Ohio in order to homeschool. Well, I sent it. We sent it certified mail. So I got it, that somebody got it, and there's a signature that I got for it. And I'm supposed to get a piece of paperwork for my files that says that I am in compliance with what they have asked. I have now for 2 weeks, I have emailed and called and emailed and called and emailed and called and emailed and called, and I can get no one to respond back to me. So I got in contact with the Homeschool Legal Defense Association, and I sent them an email and say, hey, listen, this is what I'm doing. I can't get anyone to respond. I sent it out today. And I'm like, what do I need to do next? So I'm thinking, well, if I get them on their rear end, maybe they'll send something to me. So I don't know. So
yeah, well, we'll see. It's going to be interesting because we don't know we don't know that particular school system that well, and so we are going to have to learn who are our friends and who are not our friends. Let's see. Sorry, I got to do something real quick here.
So I'm trying to get us all together because we will start school the week after we move. So which used to be normal here in Ohio. You used to start school the week after Labor Day. Well, now they're starting it, the second or third week in August. So everybody else is in school around here, and my kids are still riding their bikes around. So
yeah,
but that's just that's how I've been doing it.
The old Alabama gardener's on tonight.
Yay!
We love this.
We love him.
We're a huge fan of you.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
We've learned a lot from him. Like, if you want to know anything about gardening, he knows it, and he is very good at it. So
he just gave Don and Terry some great advice. He said, turn everything in the house off, then go watch the water meter. Is it moving? If it is, then you have a leak. That's something we need to check out too.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. That is very awesome. We have had, I gotta tell you, we have had some amazing kale.
Yes, that stuff will not quit growing.
Let's move on into our garden update, and we'll come back to some of this other stuff. We're going to talk about the Goin Batty kitchen in a minute.
I gotta get him and show him what I did.
Oh, so, okay. She'll be right back.
You talk about your kale.
Talk about my kale. There's not a whole lot to talk about except it's awesome. And every time I go out there, it's free and luscious and beautiful and amazing. And it's just one of those awesome, it's growing phenomenally. It's just wow. But our garden has been producing so much food. We at first didn't know what we were going to do, and now we know. So we have gotten okra, we have gotten tomatoes, we have gotten green beans, we have gotten kale, we've gotten the potato squash, pumpkin potato thing, whatever that is. Cucumbers and broccoli, peppers. What else? I don't
think our cabbage is going to make it because because of the move, I forgot to.
What about the purple cabbage?
No, it's getting eaten up by something, and there's stuff called BT that you can spray on it that'll keep them from. It'll kill whatever. Once they start eating on it, it'll kill them. So I haven't been able to spray it just with everything that's been going on. So,
Yeah.
but so this, okay, so this didn't come out of our garden. These were beans that the expiration date on them was getting ready to come up. So I went ahead and canned them. So got another year out of them. This is our potato squash. We got the seeds from Jamie and Zach over at American Homestead, and I watched a video of hers because I'm like, what do you use this for? She uses it in place of pumpkin when she makes pumpkin pies. So,
yep.
And then this is tomato sauce out of our garden. So, that's what I've been doing this week.
Canning.
Came out of it, and I've
and more
also
canning.
canned green beans out of our garden too. So
Remember, we talk about that concept all the time, which is future food.
Yeah.
How are you preparing your family for future events? We're on the side of, we have four kids who are on the edge of becoming teenagers. Just on the edge, like they're just
human food vacuums.
That's a better word for
Yeah.
it. So we have one teenager right now, Katie, and she's awesome, and she's troll slaying, as you can tell. And guess what? She's a girl. We have 3 boys behind her that are gonna just.
So when she hits a growth spurt, she can pack away the food.
This is
like
true.
When she's growing, like she's like constantly, Mom, I'm so hungry, and I'm like, okay, honey, and it's
Yes.
really hard to keep food in the house.
But what I love about our kids is when they choose to eat something, 8 times out of 10, 7 times out of 10, they choose something healthy.
Yeah.
And that is the truth. They do a very good job of picking the vegetables and fruits first. Mm-hmm. And I love that about them.
I can't keep fruit in the house because they eat we've talked about it, like with our Thrive fruit. That's where, like, he gets paid every 2 weeks. So the first week I have all of our fresh fruit, and then the second week, if they want fruit, we do the Thrive fruit because they're still having fruit, but it's not. Because sometimes this is what happens. They'll eat the grapes and they'll leave about 6 of them left, and then they get shoved at the back of the refrigerator, and then I have raisins that are turning into wine in my refrigerator. So,
yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't. It is definitely something that we got to be careful of.
Yeah. So, but we're trying to get kind of eat up what we have so that we're not transporting a lot of food over to the new house.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go grocery shopping for groceries before we move. We have 0 cleaning supplies. So I have to go out and, like, I went out today with the kids and I priced out, okay, certain things we're going to need. Like, we're going to need a shower curtain. We're going to need a new vent hose for the dryer. The toilet plunger,
there you go.
And stuff like that. And so, like, I priced out all different places. And I tell you what, the dollar store is the best place to get most of your cleaning supplies. I mean, there's certain things, like, I don't buy, like, their Clorox wipes because they just seem to be a little, like, watered down. But their dish soap, their bleach, their all of that other cleaning stuff, that stuff is awesome. Like, you can get, like, magic erasers for $1. They come 2 in a box. You know, you can get microfiber cloths. Like, I'm going to get the kids. They have, actually, it's this microfiber thing that it's got all of these. It almost looks like little tentacles that come off of it, but it's used to shine a car with. But I'm using them for them to dust the furniture. You know, and so, I mean, you can get all sorts of stuff like that there, and I'm like, yay! So,
okay, let me go to the live stream real quick. Coco Noel, I'm sorry about the sound effect for the plunger. And Noah's Ark, yes, dryer sheets are wonderful at the dollar store.
Yes.
They're very helpful when you have static cling, too, by the way.
Yep.
In your pant leg. Yeah. There's just some of the things that we are working on in the Goin Batty kitchen and in the garden. So we kind of mixing those two up.
I forgot to tell you, the kitchen. So I had, because we're moving and because we don't want to be eating out those 3 or 4 days, because that gets expensive when you've got 6 people.
Well, let's set that up for a minute. When you move, you don't have anything to cook with. You don't have any way of heating it up, and you live on fast food. You go to McDonald's, you go to Wendy's, you go to whereverville.
Yeah.
And the truth of the matter is that's not gonna cut it for us this time.
Yeah.
We don't have the extra money to go to fast food places.
Nor do we want to feed our kids that, because it's, it's a bunch of junk.
Bad.
So what I'm doing is, I know where all my cooking stuff is. We were at the storage unit. We were looking, and I'm like, there are all my pots and pans. So that's gonna be one of the first things that's moved in that I can put away. But I'm gonna do meals in a jar. Like, I'm gonna take the Thrive food and I'm gonna put it in a jar, and I think I'm gonna do that tomorrow after I do all my shopping for my cleaning supplies and stuff like that. But I'm gonna do those together, and I had a couple people say they'd like to see a video of that. And so I'm gonna do a video that it'll probably be the last video that we do before we go into the house. So, and I'll put those together and show you how I do that and everything.
Yeah.
So that way I can take them over. I can just set them on the counter, and when they're saying, okay, I'm hungry, I can just dump the jar into the pot or the skillet or whatever, and just get it going for them. And it won't take very long, because all the prep work's already been done. So, because it's all in the jar. But so that's what I'm going to be doing.
Yep, and that'll be awesome, and we will love it. It will be glorious.
Glorious.
Anyway, we have a birthday girl in our midst. I just can't get unstuck from this. I am going to make a big deal out of it in front of all of you people.
Not.
She is 28 again.
I'm not. I'm 40. I'm 41.
What? You told everybody?
Yeah. Well, I'm not. I can't pass for 28 anymore.
Aw, that's nice. You never.
That's my mama.
You never see her on the live stream. There you go for the birthday special. Listen, we know how much Heather does around this house. I know it. You know it. And our kids know it. And so we want to take this little moment on our live stream to say thank you and we love you to Heather Goin Batty. If you haven't watched her Goin Batty kitchen videos, you need to. She's an awesome cook. She's a wonderful mother, and she's got a plan, and I love that about her. So my daughter, who has a great amount of abilities, has a present she would like to give you. So, Katie, why don't you come over here and show yourself to the camera and everyone here, and give your mom
thank you,
her.
Nancy. This is funny because this box is what I keep my jewelry in. I'm like, oh, she's giving me my jewelry for my birthday. Yeah, I just emptied it out and I put my stuff in it. All right. So this you have to hold it up a little bit. Katie made this.
Yeah, Katie made this by hand for Heather.
She made that for me.
On the other, flip it around.
Flip it around?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
There you go. There you go.
So, yeah. Awesome. Oh, and then I did the earrings, too. Nice. Thank you, sweetheart.
You're welcome.
That's very pretty. Thank you.
I'll put all your jewelry back
in that was very sweet. Thank you very much. So,
you betcha.
So what's our next thing that we're talking about?
We are, hang on, I'm
favorite things.
Favorite things.
I can do my favorite things.
Do your thing.
Okay, so first favorite thing. Hold on, I have two favorite things. I have to show them. I gotta get
Thank you, Coco Noel.
So, okay, again, dollar store, awesome.
Okay.
I love this stuff. Poster tack, I love it because it made my whole this possible. It makes it so that we can, this will keep things from sliding around in your drawers. Like if you have your silverware drawer is sliding, if you put that on the bottom and then push it down, it'll keep it from, your silverware tray from sliding around in your drawers. So yes, I love this stuff. So now the next thing that I have found is super, what am I going to say, helpful and useful.
Yes.
Is this thing here, and this box is old and beat up, and I don't know if you can read it, but this thing is probably from the 60s.
Yes.
Probably. It is a food mill, and so this was my grandmother's and then my aunt's.
Here, I'll hold some stuff up too.
So this is, and it's got, here, we'll take it's the kind that you connect to your counter, and it's got the crank handle. And this sucker, like I did my tomato sauce with that, and it did a fantastic job of getting like all the seeds out and all of the
it's like putting a puzzle back together, folks.
Puzzle back together.
You
but it
saw
got
the
all the
unboxing.
seeds out and all the skins and all of that, and most of it's metal. There's not a whole lot of plastic. Like the funnel is plastic, and the corkscrew thing is plastic, but everything else is metal, so I don't have to worry about anything breaking.
Nope.
So, but that is my other favorite thing, because like I said, I made tomato sauce with that, and it did a great job. And Kevin will like it when I make raspberry jam.
Oh yeah.
Because it'll take the seeds out. So, yeah.
I've said this about 1,000,000 times. I'll keep saying it. Homesteading and self-sufficiency is a mindset. And no matter where you are, you can homestead. And we're going to try to do our best to take you along in our journey as we discover that. Mm-hmm. We're going to make mistakes. You'll get to see them. We're not going to do everything right, and it'll take us a while to get there. But we're going to, that's part of the journey. That's part of the fun of doing our channel. And we're going to enjoy the community, you guys, that are around us as we move. So
what's your favorite thing?
My favorite thing is obvious. Come on. It's the beardo.
The beard hat?
It's the Batty beard hat. I mean...
your head's going to get
I'm
hot.
not going to put it back on there. So we are planning on doing a Friday night freestyle, but it might be a little different than our normal one, and it'll probably be a little shorter than our normal one, because we're going to we might do it at the new place, and so you'll get to see all the things that we've been talking about. So by all means, thank you, Florida Singularity. That was too nice. Wow. I have no idea how this works, but I'm going to try it. Well, I'll let someone that knows what it. We'll let someone that knows more about Super Chat.
Is that what that is? I was like, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
So, thank you.
There's a feature, and I'm not sure exactly how it works, but it moves their chats to the top of the line.
Mary Ann, my cooking videos are just on the Goin Batty channel. They'll have if you look in our playlist. You look under the Goin Batty kitchen, and they're right in there.
Yep.
So, yeah.
And so check that out. The recipes are usually in the description.
Yeah, I usually put all the recipes in the description box.
You know, it's funny. We do get some questions about how can we support the Goin Batty clan. We get those questions.
Yeah.
We have a website called the Goin Batty store. And at that website, there are 10 of our favorite recipes, and you can download that. It's just a couple of bucks. I don't remember how much, but if you're interested, check out our Goin Batty website and see if there's anything there that's interests you. But it is an opportunity for us to show everybody all of these different things that we do.
Yeah.
So just consider checking that out when you get time.
Yeah.
But
and like the store has things that Katie and I have made. Like she loves to sew, and I crochet, so that gives us an outlet. So all of the stuff isn't piling up in our house.
That's right.
Because it's something that we really like to do. So, yeah, I lost my train of thought.
That's all right. Crazy J 1984 says, I watched your saucy video and was wondering how you make mayonnaise.
Okay, we do have a video on that, and that was actually one of the first ones that we did was how to make mayonnaise. And it is not hard. I would suggest that you do it either. I do mine in a food processor, but you can, if you like it really thick, you can do it in a blender. What are you laughing at?
Well, we have a special guest tonight.
Is Gina like?
No, it's not Gina.
Hey, Walt.
Oh, the cat got in the house. Okay,
so I'm sitting here, and there's something furry that's not Gina rubbing against my leg. Here, bring him here so we can show everybody, and then we'll put him outside.
Yeah.
This is one of our favorite things too. This is Walter, our cat, and no, that's Jack. This is Jack, and that's Walter.
Yeah.
So he was just rubbing up against
Walter is.
Go put him back, okay?
really, really wanting it to be in the house. And my mom is not a cat person, so the cat can't be in the house. So I went out there one day and I like kind of shook his food and, you know, made sure he had food and water and everything. And like he grabbed a hold of my leg, like, don't leave me here, woman, pet me.
That's right.
So I'm like, Katie, go out and pet the cat. He needs some love. But anyway, to answer the mayonnaise question.
Yes.
We do have a video on it. It's really easy to make. You need a blender or a food processor, and it is eggs, mustard, vinegar, and
Kate.
Salt. And that's it. That's what it's made with. So I don't buy store-bought mayonnaise anymore because my kids complain. They like the homemade stuff better. We don't buy store-bought bread anymore because they don't like store-bought bread anymore either. So
well, here's the interesting thing. Heather has always done that, and it's been fascinating, and I've just been enthralled by it. The other night, she used Thrive Life scrambled egg mix and made mayonnaise with it.
I did.
It was awesome.
Myself with that.
We didn't have any eggs. She grabbed up the freeze-dried eggs off the counter, and she made us mayonnaise. It was amazing. Hi, Two Family Homestead. Hi, Linda's Pantry. Thanks for joining us tonight.
Yeah. So, I surprised myself with that one. I was like, well, what do you know?
It worked. I'll be darned. But that's some of those things are the things that amaze me about her. And it's just amazing how she can do that.
I hope that's Sherry typing because that says Daryl's driving at the moment. So I hope he's not typing and driving at the same time. So.
That's good. Don't answer back. That's you both hands on.
Yeah. So I did make it with that, and I was kind of surprised with it. It turned out more like we're kind of Hellmann's mayonnaise people, like that thicker consistency, and it turned out a little more like Kraft, where Kraft has a little thinner. Mm-hmm. It wasn't like super thin, but it wasn't like really, really thick. So I also did it in the food processor instead of the blender. I find that when you do it in the blender, it gets a lot thicker.
Yep.
So yeah.
And if you want,
especially my blender, I have one of the. I'm sorry.
No, you're saying everything I was going to say.
I have a Ninja blender, and it's not the one where it's got the little stick that you stick in it. I have one that's like a freestanding pedestal blender, and it has the blender and the food processor attachment. And my blender doesn't have just a little blade down the bottom. It's got like 4 blades that go all the way up the top. And so
when she's not looking, I use it to grind up aluminum cans.
Yeah, you could probably grind up BBs with it. It's pretty strong. So,
no, not really. I don't do that, but she'd kill me. But I mean, it's just amazing to me. It blows my mind the sauces you can make. So yeah, there's some of it, and there is a video for it. So by all means, check it out on the Goin Batty playlist. Yeah. So Goin Batty Kitchen.
Not for the Thrive mayonnaise, but just for regular
mayonnaise.
Yeah,
right. Yeah. And there's some conversation going on about is there a video for that and all that. So
I mean, I can make one with but it'll have to be after we move.
Well, here's the thing. Let's talk about the tools that you use in the Goin Batty kitchen are important.
Yeah.
Because I have been taught by my beautiful wife, even though I don't know how to cook, and I proved that again to my family just the other night because we had Daddy surprised by accident. Anyway. Long story, can't even show you the video on that. But there is no room on your counter for unitaskers.
No, I don't like unitaskers.
Now, explain to everybody what a unitasker is and what a unitasker is not.
Okay.
And give us some examples of each.
A unitasker is like a while back, like a popcorn popper.
A salad smoker.
Like a popcorn popper is a unitasker. It only does one thing.
Right.
And you don't use it all the time. That thing a while back where it was you would put a frozen pizza on it would spin and it would heat the pizza. Mm-hmm. It only does one thing. So for me, I need something that does more than one thing.
Yep.
So like for me, my most important kitchen tools are my Ninja blender food processor thing, which also makes smoothies too. It's got little cups that you can sit into it, and my kids will use those to make smoothies. And my KitchenAid mixer. A lot of times I'm like, when it comes to, if you are somebody who cooks, when it comes to your kitchen stuff, that's where I say, like buy the nicest thing that you can afford.
Yeah.
If you can't afford a KitchenAid, then that's fine. Go with like an Oster or something like that. But, if you're going to be doing a lot of it, what you don't want is something that is going to break on you and you have to keep buying it every year or two.
Right.
And, you know, things like, which is funny though, because I did have a KitchenAid mixer before, and I think I've had the only KitchenAid mixer in existence that ever went bad.
Mm-hmm.
I had it where it actually leaked the oil out of it. And like there was something that happened, and my brother, who's a mechanical engineer, like he couldn't fix it. So, and it was past its warranty and everything like that. But I mean, I used it for probably 10 years. But I have a new one now. Well, it's not new. It's one that my mom gave me, but it's used and it's blue and it's beautiful and I love it. But
is a toaster considered a unitool? A uni whatever?
A unitasker?
Yeah.
It can be, I guess, but we use ours so often that it makes it so that it's okay to have around.
You remember when we did without?
Yeah, it was not fun.
I was using the oven.
Like, you know, some people will have like a toaster oven instead of a toaster. I would actually rather have a toaster than a toaster oven, because I feel like for our family size, a toaster oven doesn't make sense. But
I can make
they
it make
eat
sense.
toast every single day, so that makes sense for us. And it's small enough too that it doesn't take up a ton of space. But like, you know, the things that I would have on my counter is a microwave, a toaster, and then I would have my blender, food processor thing, and my KitchenAid mixer. So those are the things that I would have there that would take up real estate on my counter, because my mixer is a mixer and it's a bread kneader, and it's, you know, I can turn it into a meat grinder and, you know, all that kind of stuff.
I'm not interrupting, but I noticed on the live stream they're asking about the salad shooter. Talk about the salad shooter.
Okay, I like that thing. Now, I know that I'm not even sure they make them anymore, and the one that I have is from the 80s. And we have one blade. The shredder blade doesn't work anymore. It broke, so I have to find a new shredder blade for it. But I will make homemade potato chips, and I will just stick the potato in that thing and shoot it straight into the oil, because a lot of the problem that you'll have is that they'll turn brown before you can get them into the oil. So, but I really like that thing. Like, I hate sitting there and grating cheese, like, which I'm going to have to do since that one is the one that's broken.
Yeah.
But if you need something sliced really thin, or you need to make coleslaw, or, you know, stuff like that, you can put the slicer blade in it, and it'll cut your cabbage up really quick. And, you know,
it's almost worth buying another one.
Yeah, well, I don't even know if they make them anymore.
Well,
so,
they probably have something on eBay or something.
Yeah.
You know, we can piece a couple together as we go. You know, find it for parts or whatever. So anyway, what else in the kitchen is like the essential tool?
You need a good skillet. I'm not a big fan of non-stick. I have some, but I don't use them most of the time. The only time I really use non-stick is maybe like when you're doing eggs and you need something that doesn't stick and you can flip it over. I have stainless steel. That's what I have most of. I have one cast iron pan. The ones that you guys have seen me cook with actually belong to my mom and my grandma. So when I need to borrow one, I'll borrow. My grandmother has a bunch of cast iron, which I'm like super jealous of. But I love cast iron. I love cooking in it. I think it does a great job. I love stainless steel. I think that works really well too. You just have to, with cast iron, you have to season it right so things don't stick in it. Stainless steel, sometimes things will, but I mean, if you cook right, you won't have a huge mess. But you need to have a good stock pot. You need to have good utensils, like good metal utensils. The plasticky ones, well, you know, especially like tongs and stuff like that, they'll melt on you, and I don't particularly care for those. A good metal spatula, because trying to scrape stuff out of a pan with a plastic spatula makes me want to say bad words. Like, it just, it makes me so mad.
But and there's also a need for spatulas when you're like bringing stuff out of a bowl.
Yeah, like the rubber spatulas or spoonulas or whatever they are, the ones that are kind of shaped like spoons. I like those too.
Yeah, very helpful.
So those are things that I think, you know, like my most used stuff would be my stock pot, my skillets, spatulas, tongs, a good mixing bowl. I have a really big stainless steel mixing bowl, and I love it because I can let bread dough rise in it, and it won't fall out all over I mean, this thing's probably about like that deep.
Oh yeah.
And it won't fall out all over the edge because I have to double recipes most of the time. And then I have to split it into 2 bowls, and then I have 2 bowls I have to clean instead of 1. So,
yep.
But those are my biggest things, you know, like cooking wise in the kitchen. Yep. Like, you know, have a good set of cookware, have a good set of utensils to use with your cookware, and it'll make your life a lot easier.
Well, and when you need something that is non-essential, but you're in a hurry, the dollar store has that stuff. You know, a pair of tongs.
Or like a
cups.
restaurant supply place. Like if you guys have a Gordon food service, like you can get the metal tongs you can get there, and they're good ones.
Yep.
I mean, they're made for restaurant work. There are things though at the dollar store that I've gotten, like spatulas and stuff. They have one that's a Betty Crocker one, and it's about this long, and it's red, and it's got the bigger spatula on one end and then a smaller one on the other end. And I really like that one.
Yep.
Which is tucked away in our storage unit somewhere.
We'll find it.
Yeah. But
there's some new things we get to rediscover as we go.
A good whisk. That's another one.
Oh,
a good whisk with a good thick handle on it. You want a handle about that big around so that you can really grab a hold of it, not some little teeny dinky thing. So
there you go.
Yeah. So there you go. That's my
So as you guys are building up your kitchens and you guys are sharing ideas, feel free to come on the live chat and share ideas. Comment below about things that you love to use. Make sure you put it in all caps so that we can see it. We are just about to the end of our time.
I'm sorry, Big Screen was talking about anybody have issue with modern can openers and modern cans. We actually bought an industrial can opener because I again, things that make me want to say bad words is a can opener that will not open a can, especially a brand new can opener. So I have one that it clamps down, but it has a crank handle like this on it.
Oh, it's major.
And I got it from the restaurant supply store. I got it from Gordon Food, and I love that can opener. I mean, and it'll open little teeny tiny cans too. So yeah, here it is.
This is
my can opener. This is what I use to open cans because I got sick and tired of ones that, I mean, I would buy brand new ones. I bought OXO. I bought, KitchenAid, and all of them within like 2 or 3 times they wouldn't work anymore. So
okay, so we have a question from Wonderful Blessed Life.
Yeah.
I sent you an email last week. Did you see it?
Yes, I did, and I responded to it.
Let us know if you did not get that because something's wonky with our email. Okay.
I thought I responded to it. So.
Oh yeah, talk about the waffle maker.
Oh, I have a waffle maker that was his grandmother's, and we love our waffle maker. Now that's one that would probably be put in a cabinet because we don't use it every single day, but it is from the 1950s, I believe. It's old enough that it doesn't have a rubber-coated cord on it. It's got that kind of braided, fabric-y cord to it. And this sucker, like, it gets hot. And it had little plastic handles on it, but even those got hot, and it got dropped and they got broke. So now I have to open it with a fork. But I will still use that till the day I die because I have never had a waffle iron that cooks waffles. And it does them in the square ones, like this one does. It gets them super crispy. It's cast iron on the inside of it, but it is like the Mac Daddy awesome of waffle irons.
Wonderful Blessed Life, and anybody else, if we don't return your email, let us know because we did not mean to ignore you. That is never our intent. We try to respond to as many emails as we can. So we apologize for missing anybody out there that sent us an email or a private message on YouTube. We are going through a major life change moving. And so we're going to get behind a little.
Wonderful Blessed Life because it may come from me and not from the Goin Batty.
Yeah, it may be Heather Goin Batty.
He'll read the emails from there and then forward it to me. So it may come from me and not the Goin Batty one. So she just checked it, found it in her spam.
Hey, there it was.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, well, that'll happen to us too. So anyway, the things that
Discovery suggests a pickaxe.
Okay, that's funny right there.
Well, maybe if we go digging for gold in our backyard, but you know they haven't found gold in Dayton in never.
Ever.
So
Never ever. Yeah. Yeah, so that is the show that we have tonight.
Yep.
We're happy to open it up for questions that you guys might have on the live chat, and then what we'll do is we will we will close with prayer like we always do.
Yep. She got it.
Good job.
Yeah.
All right. So, anyway, I'm sorry. Any questions that you guys have that you would like to share with us, feel free. I'm sorry. I get so
Nancy,
caught up
I'm
in the
glad
live
that you
chat.
found us tonight too. You guys were awesome. I really enjoyed watching. Oh well, thank you.
Thank you very much.
We're hoping that as we go, you might get to see what I look like when I'm like super excited, because Friday I'm going to be super excited because we get a house, we get our house back, and I get to yay. So.
Yep.
Yeah.
Keep praying for us as we transition. Keep sending us good thoughts, and we are going to do our best to take you along for the ride. My phone is still doing wacky, nutty things.
Yeah.
It's driving me crazy.
He had a great vlog that we can't upload.
We can't do anything with.
What was it? You spent an hour on the phone with Apple, and then
No, 2 hours.
And then the guy, hey, Angie's Pantry.
How are you?
I want to say a special hello to her because she walked us through some Facebook stuff, like with our Goin Batty stuff, and
Very
we really
helpful.
really appreciated that. It was very
helpful.
sweet of her. So if you have never checked out Angie's Pantry, you need to.
Right now.
Boys, can you go help me, Mom?
Right now,
the cat
our
is-
P.O.
okay.
box is going to stay the same. We will let you know when that changes. Tracy says, thank you for being on tonight. Need cheering up. Well, we're glad to be here, and you cheer us up. So we're glad you're here.
We're glad you guys are here.
Discover E says, I hope that all flows nicely and smoothly for you during the move. Well, thank you very much, you guys, and happy birthday to Heather. It is Heather's day.
It's not yet, but it's
Well, it
okay.
will be.
So
Anyway.
it's not that big of a deal. They keep asking me, kids keep like, what kind of birthday cake do you want? I'm like, I don't want to be making myself birthday cake.
Well,
we're
we're
going to be
trying
in the
to
middle of moving. So
That ain't gonna happen. So anyway, if you guys have any questions, Kevin,
do we have any word from Lone Star? We haven't heard anything. The last thing that we saw is they were looking for an endocrinologist in the Texas area. Like he had put that out on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. Why do I smell? Oh, peppermint.
Oh,
okay.
peppermint. We got a headache going on. You get your house for your birthday.
Yay! I'm excited.
And that is exciting. And,
Yeah.
we are blessed by the homesteading community that joins us every Wednesday night. We're going to do our best to keep our schedule going. I will be here bright and early at 7 o'clock in the morning for Devos. And I have a little question that you can answer down in the comments. Not on the live stream, but down in the comments if you don't mind. But Heather and I have been discussing the idea of putting the Devos on a different channel to separate them out. We're very undecided about this. What does the audience that comes to those Devos watch? There's about 100 views or so. What do you guys think? Please leave some comments about the Devo down in the bottom or in the comments of the Devos that we do in the morning, because we would like to hear from you guys about what you think. And if it's mucking up if it's too much going on in the Goin Batty channel, we'll continue to make playlists. That way people can watch what they prefer. And anyway, it doesn't matter to us. We just wanted to offer it out there and see what people say. As always, we're going to continue to do our best. I bet you got that in your eyes,
Sweetie,
buddy. Our
go
son
wash
is
your
using
face.
peppermint right now for a headache, and I think he just got it in his eyes. So when you're using essential oils, folks, make sure you don't rub them in your eyes. That's bad.
Go wash your face.
Yeah,
Go wash your
now.
face.
Go now.
So,
See,
yeah.
chaos. See what I tell you?
Yeah.
Chaos. We're getting ready for a big thing, and
Yeah.
he rubs a chemical in his eye.
Well, he didn't rub it. He rubbed it like on his temple, and
And
I
it's
think
not a
it's
chemical,
made
it's an essential
it's made
oil,
his
but whatever.
eyes water.
Anyway.
So, all right. Well, I think we're
done?
done. I'm getting
Guys,
a
are we
lot
done?
of happy birthdays, and I really appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah. Wash it and flush it with lots of water. Okay.
That's what Amy T says.
That's what Amy T says. All right, guys, let me.
Stop
we do this
eating
thing.
paper. We have one that's eating paper. Stop eating paper.
One is eating paper, one is troll slaying, and one is rubbing stuff in his eyes. So anyway, guys, we are going to say goodnight. Thank you so much for being a part of this. And we will definitely look at all of these awesome
Happy 29th birthday. Thank you, Mindy.
That's awesome.
You know what's funny? I got to tell this story.
Go for it.
When he did middle school ministry, and back when I still colored my hair and stuff like that, I used to tell the kids, like, you know, Kevin is 6 years older than I am, and then he would have a birthday, and he kept getting older, and I would still be 29. And they're like, wait, are you sure you're 29? And I'm like, are you brave enough to call me a liar? And they're like, no, ma'am. But I know, like, I was just joking with them and everything, and I would tell them how old I really was. But,
okay, well, we have,
Jack,
again,
don't wash your face again, honey.
We have a lot of fun things happening behind the camera right now.
Yeah.
And so we're going to pray. That's what we do. We are a Christian family, and that's what we are. And so we're going to pray out the evening and then go, you know, get our child that's dying and, you know, feed the one that's eating paper. I don't know what we're going to do. And there's probably another one doing something somewhere else.
Yeah.
That's why we're called Goin Batty.
That house have a lovely night. Yes.
Oh my goodness. All right, let's pray.
Okay.
Father God, we thank you for the mercy and grace that you show us every day. Thank you for this playground that you call earth that you've given us. Teach us how to honor it and honor you with our daily lives. Bless us as we walk together and bring peace to our home as we move. And bring peace to our family as we move. Father God, thanks for your mercy. Go before us, beside us, and behind us in your Son's blessed name. Amen.
I'm sorry. Our cat was trying to come in again during prayer. So.
I can't wait to see what happens next. Guys, thanks for joining us. And more updates as we go.
Bye.
Bye, guys.